Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Techtonica. Today, your eldest is going to go through how to get some plant matter made. We're going to be using the planters, the thrasher, and we're just going to do a little testing here to kind of see how everything works. But first, I want to run over here and throw in our last inserters. Check it out. She's complete. Repair. Oh, press the button, stupid. Thank you for playing the demo. Oh, that's it. Well, we're not done. So if you need a lot of plant matter fast, just go to places and put down floors. Like once you put the floors down, like I'll show you. If I went like this, for instance. Look at that. I got like 3,500 plant matter there and some stems and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's like one really quick and fast way to clean up the ground and also get your plant fibers. So definitely utilize that to your advantage. I also found the hover thingy. It's okay. It's pretty decent for like sitting up like this to do stuff like nice and slow. Like we'll use it to build up here in a bit. But where I found it, it was over here. So this is where I found it. It was just kind of sitting in this batch over here. I almost missed it. I did miss it. That and it had like a street light. But without further ado, why don't we go? I'm going to start all the way at this end. I didn't really measure this out too well. I just kind of made this as big as possible. I couldn't get rid of this plant either, so not sure what that's about. So I want to leave a little room on each side. So I've got my 20 boxes here. I think starting like this will be good. Let's try this out. And I also want to put a space in between just in case I ever want to get a line to run through the middle there for whatever reason. Oh God, I can't freaking see shit here. So I'm going to grab this here. You can see I've got all of our boxes down and I've put our first claws in here and I'm going to get them filled up now just because it doesn't hurt. Bam. I put this here just because I like to have a little aesthetic there so it just doesn't seem like it ends. And I'll even kind of do this onto itself there so it looks better. And what we need to do is I need to duplicate the same thing over here. Like this, just to put these down. This is where the hover kind of comes in handy because the only issue is that it's slow. So like I could definitely do this faster running around on the ground in a smaller system like this. So that's the benefit to it. It's great if you're like working on a giant factory at one time, but like I've got a big open space here. So this is definitely more efficient for me because it's faster, right? So that's going to be good there. So if that's going to send that way, I want to send, I think I want to send all of these down this way. So that'll complete this system here. So this will get the Kindle vines out. Okay, I'm just going to plop it like that for now. Yep, that's great. So let's head way down here. Let's go grab a chest. Like I said, I'm going to put the fast one in here. Perfect. And with that, I just need to grab all the seeds. Felt like I had more seeds than that before. No. Definitely felt like I had more seeds. Maybe I lost them canceling production and didn't get them back. Guess we'll find out. So this will start filling up. It's not going to be totally efficient because I put, what, 20 of them down, which would mean I need 80 seeds. And I only had 68. I'm wondering, where the hell those other seeds go? Oh, well, you know what? I've got a bunch of Kindle vines on me that I need to process. So I don't think I can do that automatically, can I? Yeah. When I set this to Kindle vines, it'll just pull the Kindle vines out and then I can just do this. Then do that. There we go. Doesn't have to be too efficient. I just want this to just work on the side here so I can get this taken care of and then I'll pick up these seeds after. Beautiful. Okay, back to what we were doing over here, the important stuff, right? So we've got this working. We can see we've got Kindle vines growing. It's great, 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 great. Let's set up our first line of threshers here. So I'm going to get a line of 10 of them. And it might be a little uneven in size, but that's okay. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll send this here. So I'm going to actually grab a long boy like this. And this will be how we feed it in. So we'll feed those up here. That'll get fed into there. And then we'll put a selector, because we need to have selectors on these things because they're going to fill up like this. And if we don't have selectors, random things will come out. So I need to have the seeds come out over here, but we can't use a long boy selector. So we'll have the seeds come out here. And then we'll send the seeds all the way down this way so that these can be reused and put back into the chest, which will then spit it out into our friends over here. Now, I don't know how much I'll need, but since we have the room here, why don't we set this up like this? And I'll just have it go in like this. I think that's fine. We'll see if I need the extra. We'll see how fast these come, right? Okay, so that's perfect. So we can already see the seeds coming in. That means the seeds will come out this way. And you can see, obviously, everything's already shut down because we've got our Kindle vines over here ready to go. That's still producing, so those are still working fine for now. Now we can do... So if that... Yeah, so this side's useless to me right here. Maybe we can feed in later fuel through some of these, but for now, what I have to do is like that. So if I grab a filter, I'll put it here, I suppose. This will be now for the leftover spindle vines here. So that'll take this. And that'll also send this all the way down. So I'll let this just kind of roll a little bit. I don't know how far it needs to go, but we'll start with that. Now let's just replicate this, because now that's complete. The only thing we have to do is get fuel set up, but we'll get there, hopefully. Maybe we'll use this, or maybe I'll have to set up some special thing. We'll see, though. I'm not too sure yet how we can automate fuel. That is now complete, so you can see here we have our sorters. I need to have this set up for our sticks here. So if I just go through and change all these to the Kindle vine stems, and you can see I've got the overlay on by pressing the left alt. You can see what everything is when they have a filter, or what machine is crafting what. So I wanted to show you guys that just before I did it, so you can see that they're all coming on. So if you're confused on how to tell like what's what from a quick glance, make sure you just press left alt and it'll show you. So it's very convenient. You can see this thing's already filled up because I'm very quickly running out of space on the conveyor belt, which is fine. We're in the testing phase here, so we got to make sure everything works. And I can always clear the production line manually if I need to, like we're doing over here with this one thrasher. Now, we've got this set up. So we've got 10, and I spaced them out, so they actually kind of ended like right in the same spot, which is nice. Now we have to take these items here and feed them onto a different belt. So I think the best way to do this is I think I want to do it like this. So we'll try this first and kind of see how it goes from there. But I'm thinking I'm going to mimic the exact setup we have now. So if I do this here, if I do something like this, grab a long boy and do that. Oops, sorry. But the other way. So this starts taking from here. We just throw some of these in for some fuel. Sorry, for fuel. So now that these are going in, we're going to get our plant fiber and our extract. So, and then what we can do is we're going to need, actually, I'm going to need another stack of these things. So let me grab 10 more of those. I'm going to need 20 all day. So if I grab these and then do this here, and I send, say, the fibers, we'll just say the extract on this side, and then I feed those to a chest down here, Yeah, probably down here. I'll probably do all my chests and stuff over here. So then we feed it down this way. So like, you know, we got fine goo going here. And then over here, we can set up this. This can be the plant matter fiber. And then we can even send these. Actually, I do want to send all of this to a chest. So I would probably just do the same thing here. And then send it this way. And then I'll have 2 chests down here. I might even just stack them on top of each other. And then we'll have the plant matter and these bad boys sitting in one area. Then we can filter over to wherever we can put an assembly so we can make our biomass blocks. Where are they? Right there. So we can make these. So it's a 4 to 8. What's the recipe give for this? So 1140. It's a 1 to 2. And you need a 2 to 1? That's pretty garbage, honestly. That's really bad numbers there, but that's fine. We can work with that. So if I just take this now, so I'll just do the same thing. We're going to just duplicate this all the way down, and we'll see how efficiently this can run here. So I've got the belts down and we've got all these things. So I thought we'd try something a little different and go a little vertical here. So let's head to the ground. You can see here, I kind of started it. And I figure if I go like this, for instance, and set this up to be the plant matter fibers, I can now send this out. And I can just do that for every single one here. The only issue is that I gotta kind of delete a row. I hope they kind of fix this a little bit. Delete a row, and then I do that for every single one. So I'm gonna go through and do that and figure out where I have one of my other separators here, because I could have sworn I had. Maybe we can kind of watch this last process together here, because this should be the end for it now until we find a limestone deposit. So there we go. So I've got that. So I'm just kind of going through, make sure these are facing the right way. There we go. And then I'm just bringing them up in here like this, and they'll connect automatically. So that's nice and delicious. So if we bring these all across at like such. There we go. Plant matter's going in. Get my, I'm too far off the ground, I think. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the ground for this part. So now I'm just going to send this out for plant matter fiber, because all of these are starting to get paused because they're clogged up. Looking good. Fiber. Okay. So now that's all great. This is kind of bottlenecked here. Is it because of production, or is it because I had a... Let me just do this here. You ready? So the question is was it backed up because I had too much already on here, or was it backed up because of, I wish I could see this better. Got it. Okay. There we go. So now this is a more realistic output here. We'll see how that holds true. Put these away. Give that a quick sort. Put these seeds away. Now, my only issue is this is not filling up as fast as I expected it. And it feels like it's because I'm missing seeds. Like each of these I feel like sometimes I'm not getting a seed, because my seeds seem to be less than what I started with. I feel like I had 70 seeds. Wait, what are these? These aren't working here. Because this is full. So this is this is my issue. I have a bottleneck. So further down the line, they're not producing because they have nowhere to go. So what if I just loop this back in then? So what if I just do this? There we go. We just get these back in the loop here so that everything can start processing further down the line there. Okay, so I need to remember in this one, I need to have more continuous loops because things aren't directly feeding. We have to use grabbers, kind of like in Dyson Sphere. So we need to have product constantly moving or we're going to run into these types of issues. So actually, me having this set up here is probably not going to be that great because see down here, we're falling out of line. Yep. So, but I feel like I can snake something here. So I remember back in like the old days. I wonder if I can create a kind of like a spiral staircase. If I do like this, like that, and then I do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to, I won't be able to do it too wide. But I think if I go like this here. Get these out of my way. Yeah. This will work just fine. You ready? I'm just gonna set up a dummy strip here. If I do this, I can set up myself a nice, quick little infinite loop, I believe. Let me just do that. There we go. And then if I come over here, come around, come up here, this just keeps everything looking clean and off the ground entirely. And then I'll go back and delete all these frames. And then I do that. Do that. So now everything will continue through the process in a smooth motion. It'll be a pain in the ass to delete these, but that's okay. That's the path I took when I decided to not make it a loop. So I'll just go through and take care of that. But I think with this will fix a lot of the bottleneck issues we were having. So I'm hoping with that, once I let this run for a little bit, I'll start seeing these seeds producing a bit better because our threshers will be working more efficiently, which means we'll be getting more seeds out. You can see it's already getting a little further down than it was before. We've got plenty of seeds coming. So that's working as expected now. And that'll be the same thing over here. Oh, wow. Look at this. So I'm going to also do the same thing here. I'm wondering if this is just too much. Okay, sometimes they gotta fix the hover in this too, because like sometimes it just doesn't it's not quite there. Oh, I don't want to go that far down. I'll go to here though. I want to come down here and take all of this plant fiber, because I want to clear the belt to see how much production, because this is probably way too much. I might even need a secondary storage. Look at that. There's so much here. All right, let's take all that and let's just see how it go. Oh man, look at it go. It's so much. Question is, why isn't this one working? This one kind of keeps falling out here. If I come back down, I feel like it's holding on to a stick here, but it wasn't putting it in. Input. There we go. See, look, it's not putting it in. Why are you not putting it in here? Like, if I grab some, it'll start working just fine. All right, it's working again. Anyway, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It might be a little buggy here. That's okay. Now we've got this full loop here, and you can see everything's nice and spaced out, so that's good. Same thing here. Wow, it's actually moving pretty fast. Yeah, look, it's already backed up again. So this is definitely not efficient enough, which makes sense. I mean, I've got 10 machines creating all this, so it's just what it is at this point. I don't really think there's much else I can do about this. I mean, temporarily, oopsies. See, again, the hovering is garbage. They got to fix the hovering. Like, it just bases it off of where you're supposed to be on the ground, but if I overstep, I just fall down. Like, let me hold my position. Makes it very awkward to move around sometimes. I think, you know, at least temporarily, just because we're just trying to get set up here, I'm going to set this up with a second input in the back here. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Again, see, that's what I mean with it. It's so clunky. And then I'll do this. All right, whatever. Just do that for a second for me. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Oopsies. It can't quite reach it. It looks beautiful. I got to extend it one more. So I've got 3 chests now because I've kind of figured it out. These red ones kind of store twice as fast as the regular ones. So because I've got, what I say, 10 machines here, these are able to sort it effectively between all 3 chests. And I can just combine them later. It's not a big deal. I can even turn these back ones into an output and put them into another chest, which I might do a little later. But for now, I do have a bottleneck, so these conveyor belts just don't cut it for this kind of production I'm trying to do. So what I might honestly do, I might just lower the capacity down a bit because I'm still not getting the productivity to these because I don't have enough seeds to make the time constraints get all the way down here to refuel these. But even if I do, I also need to get a structure set up so that this loops around and gets back home. So I got to set that up as well because unless I can get just enough seeds to really cycle it, but we'll see. But otherwise, I might just cut this back in half, perhaps. I might get rid of like 10 of these and then have 5 threshers each. So, but I'll kind of keep an eye on it. We'll see how things go. Because this is the main thing here. You can see that all the production here is super slow down. So these can't keep up. And then you can see these are moving fine. But as we get further down the line, of course, you can see that it's kind of stop and go. And these are still moving. And they're still producing just enough. But once I get to here, they're starting to stock up because these can't move fast enough. So there's a bottleneck issue there. I might even just set up a 4th chest and route these backwards and put the chest over there or something like that. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out later. For now, this is quite efficient. It's a little big, but I think it's sexy. I wanted to do something big, so let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. My numbers are pretty much on, but the timing on the belts is just too slow to get everything down there. If these belts were like twice as fast, let's say, I could get these seeds all the way towards the end and then they would start to fill up because they each take a slot. But if what's happening is 4 seeds go into 1 and then it holds on to the 5th seed like that right there until it's ready to put it in. So because they're staggered, the times are a little off. So effectively between that, I need 100 seeds, which I do have, but then it's about how much time it takes to travel to and from each production. So that's the issue there because we're still putting these out effectively. You can see the storage is empty. So they're going out as fast as they're going in. We just can't keep up with the conveyor speed to get them all the way down to the end. I'll probably just leave this as it is and I'll let it bottleneck because obviously it's just a demo. But now I know next time maybe cut the whole thing in half and maybe just have 6 threshers to maybe 10 growers and that might be just fine. But all right, brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap this up here. The next time I'm going to look into getting some limestone, and then we're going to take these production lines here and this, and we're going to start making biomass cubes. Now, my only issue with the biomass cubes is I feel like they have the production values backwards, because it just sounds very bizarre to me. And you tell me what you think, because we need 4 plant matter and 8 extract. But when you do the recipe, let me just plop this down. When you do the recipe in here, actually, let me just grab one of those. The rest of these can go here. So when you do one, it's backwards as almost. I'm only getting 1 extract per two fibers. So I have double the fibers that I need extract. It should be the other way around. It should be 8 plant matter fibers and 4 extract, because then you could have production being completely efficient. Now, I don't know what I would do with that extra plant fiber. And maybe it's done that way because we need to use plant fiber for other things. I mean, I can use 5 plant matter fibers to make this frame, which I don't know what this does. I don't know why I'd ever use this frame. But we can do that, and that's probably something that we'd use outside the beta. And then it's the same thing here. We need processor units, so we need those things as well. So I'm just a little confused at those values, because it makes the production line a little inefficient, because I would have to essentially have 8 of these going, right? If I had 8 of these, that would be enough to make 1 biomass cube. But I only need to send half of the plant matter to that production line. So I would send the half of that to the production line, and then the other half to like a storage unit or maybe some other production, and then that would be 100% capacity. So we'll play around with those numbers a bit. It's just goofy to me. Let me know in the comments what you think down below. Sorry this was a long one, but I had a lot of fun trying to make something really, really big. And it's working efficiently enough. It's not optimized, but it's decent and it's getting done. So let me know in the comments what you think down below. Like I said, next time we're going to turn these into biomass cubes. I hope you're enjoying the beta as much as I am. I can't wait for the full release. Hopefully you are subscribed so you can be back here when it is fully released and we have a brand new series for it. But otherwise, we're going to do as much as we can in this demo. So stick around. As usual, brothers and sisters, this has been ShabbyDoo. Hope the rest of your day is not too shabby.